We live in a beautiful country with majestic mountains, vast prairies, rich oceans, and shining lakes. CHP Canada takes threats to our environment and the health of all Canadians seriously. Over the past several years, there have been many dire predictions made about the future of the planet due to global warming or climate change, as it has now come to be known. In 2007, the United Nations Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change made spectacular headlines claiming that there was consensus among scientists that the world was catastrophically warming. The IPCC claimed that 2,500 scientists had signed the report. In fact, it was primarily a panel of politicians. The actual number of scientists was 51. And since then, we have learned that many of those scientists actually dispute the claims of the report, with some threatening to sue to have their names removed. So is there a consensus? No. Today there are more than 32,000 scientists who openly dispute the claims of anthropogenic or man-made global warming. Over 9,000 of them with PhDs. All of them have one thing in common. They're concerned that science is being abused for political reasons. So what should Canadian governments be doing about this issue? Well, they shouldn't be making hasty knee-jerk reactions based on media and special interest group pressure that will drastically affect the lives of all Canadians based on faulty science largely generated by hypothetical computer models. The best evidence today suggests it is the activity of the sun that drives weather and warming on Earth. Therefore, governments should be focused on pollution that affects health and well-being. Carbon dioxide, water, are beneficial to life on Earth. They are not pollutants, but there are many pollutants that do affect the quality of air, land, and water. The nitrous oxides, the sulfur dioxides, the thousands of chemicals that we pour into the environment year after year that are untested. Their effects on human life and animal life are unknown. They should be monitored and regulated. We live in a country of incomparable natural beauty and world-class cities. The CHP would carefully work to ensure that our environment is cared for and protected from our pristine wilderness to our thriving urban centers and left to our children in as good or better condition than our generation received it. But we won't bow to pressure, nor be conned by bad science to make even worse public policy decisions. We won't cripple our Canadian economy or you and your family by taxing every product and service with carbon tax. We won't adopt a cap-and-trade scheme that will enrich government coffers but do nothing for the environment. Right now, the reliance on renewable energy is hotly debated. For instance, it turns out that corn ethanol uses more energy to produce than the fuel it replaces. Wind is still unreliable, making the vast changes required to the grid to support it unrealistic. And solar consumes vast tracts of land. Diverting grains for fuel is thought to drive the price of food commodities dangerously high for the world's poor and for Canadian livestock producers. Nuclear energy is cleaner and has made some great strides with regard to storing fuel, but there are still hazards to be considered. So these are exciting times. The CHP would support research and development with incentives and continue to strive to be the world leaders in energy technology. But we would resist untimely and unwise decisions that would have a negative impact on the welfare of Canadians. As Bjorn Lomborg, a Danish scientist, has said, we need to use our resources wisely. More people die from a lack of clean drinking water around the world than from any effects of climate change. You want your government to very carefully study these issues and their response to be wise and balanced. You want to protect our environment, and so do I. But you don't want to be conned, and the simple inconvenient truth is that you have been lied to with unrealistic doomsday scenarios. The CHP promises an end to government policy driven by propaganda and real control of real pollution for a healthier tomorrow for all Canadians. Better solutions begin with the CHP. This time, vote CHP.